Pistons power forward Isaiah Stewart has been arrested for an alleged pregame assault against a Phoenix Suns player.
The 14th of February is supposed to be a day set aside for love. Sadly, on the 14th of February, 2024,
works against Jalen Wells. Inside for Stu and a stop.
The Detroit Pistons' defender, Isaiah Stewart, had no plans to show love. And this got him into hot water. The fiery big man known as Beef Stew, for his tough, no-nonsense style on the court, got on the wrong side of the law when he allegedly sucker punched Phoenix Suns center Drew Eubanks in the tunnels of the Footprint Center in Phoenix. This happened hours before their teams were set to tip off. So, how did things degenerate so badly? Well, according to reports, the two had an altercation in a previous game on November 5th, where tensions boiled over. On citing Eubanks on Valentine's Day, Stewart dropped his bags, approached Eubanks, and delivered a punch to the face. Security stepped in quickly, but the damage was done. Phoenix police arrested Stewart for assault, issued him a citation, and released him. Charges were later dropped when Eubanks decided not to press them, but the NBA wasn't letting it slide. Now, before we get to the reactions, a quick background on Stewart. Drafted 16th overall by the Pistons in 2020, he's built a reputation as a hard-nosed defender and rebounder. At 6'8" and 250 pounds, he's got that old-school enforcer vibe and can quite be considered a modern-day Ben Wallace with a bit more edge. On the surface, one might assume Eubanks got under Stewart's skin, hence his aggression. But this isn't Stewart's first rodeo with controversy. Back in November 2021, Stewart charged at LeBron James after taking an elbow to the face during a game.
And everybody's coming out now,
leading to a massive on-court scuffle. Stewart got suspended for 2 games, LeBron for 1. Fast forward to other incidents. He's had dust-ups with Giannis Antetokounmpo, where Giannis got ejected for taunting after a dunk, and even verbal spars with refs and opponents. Stewart's passion is his strength, but it's also landed him in the league's crosshairs multiple times. Other confrontations he was involved in didn't get beyond the court, but this one with Eubanks clearly did, and raised questions about player conduct and the NBA's zero-tolerance policy on violence. The league wasted no time investigating. They reviewed footage from the arena. At the end, they suspended Stewart for 3 games without pay. No fine was mentioned, but the message was clear. The NBA doesn't mess around with pre-game altercations, especially ones that involve physical violence. The NBA had done what they needed to do, but their action didn't stand in the way of reactions. Pistons coach Monty Williams, who has ties to the Suns from his previous coaching stint there, called out the Suns for releasing a statement too quickly, saying they should have waited for all the facts. "We don't want to make statements until we know everything," Williams said in a post-game presser. He emphasized the need for a thorough probe, showing some loyalty to his player while navigating the awkwardness of facing his old team. How did the NBA players react? This incident sent shockwaves through the league, with current and former stars weighing in on social media, podcasts, and interviews. Let's start with Kevin Durant, the Suns' superstar and one of the most respected voices in the NBA. KD, who was on the floor that night, didn't hold back but kept it classy. In a post-game interview, he called the entire situation unfortunate and stressed the importance of brotherhood in the league. "It's supposed to be a brotherhood," Durant said. "We can't let things like this divide us. We've got to be better." He went on to say the focus should be on the game, not off-court drama, and hoped the NBA could move forward with unity. Coming from a guy who's seen his share of controversies, it was clear he wasn't throwing shade at Stewart personally. It was more about preserving the league's image. Up next, let's talk about Gilbert Arenas. The former NBA All-Star turned podcaster went savage on his show. He clearly spent time watching videos of the punch, as he was detailed while breaking things. Arenas called it a straight-up sucker punch in the tunnel, noting how Stewart dropped his bags and went for it before Eubanks could react. But Gil didn't stop there. He shared a personal story that had everyone buzzing. Apparently, at a Vegas event hosted by Isaiah Thomas, Stewart confronted Arenas after Gil made a joke about NBA fights. "We in the NBA, we don't fight. We got to pretend we want to fight for the fans. Wait till your teammates get around you, hold you back, Then you go tough. Stewart took it the wrong way, got in Arenas' face, and Gill admitted he backed off quickly, saying, "I ran away. My feet worked well. I know how to move backwards." Arenas laughed it off, but pointed out Stewart's whole different energy as unpredictable. He also explained NBA dynamics. He made it known that these incidences rarely lead to real legal trouble because teams like the Suns let the league handle it, and victims don't press charges. In the NBA, we got to pretend, Arenas quipped. But he made it clear this could tarnish Stewart's rep if he doesn't chill. Shifting to Stewart's own teammates, Jalen Duren, the young Pistons center, spoke out about the arrest. In an interview after the game, Duren kept it supportive but real. He said the team was shocked, but rallied around Stewart, emphasizing that Beef Stew is a good dude who's passionate about the game. "It's tough seeing a teammate go through that," Duren noted, adding that the Pistons would learn from it and focus on basketball. No direct quotes bashing Eubanks or the Suns. It was just team solidarity. This reaction shows how incidents like this can affect locker room morale, especially for a struggling Pistons squad trying to build chemistry. A couple of stars reacted with sympathy, but not all of them did. Some even subtly shaded Stewart, and one of them is Blake Griffin. The former Pistons star, who's no longer a Detroit drama, subtly shaded Stewart by liking a tweet calling him a fake tough guy. This stems from their own history. Back in 21, Griffin and Stewart had a heated moment during a game. Griffin, now retired, didn't say much publicly, but that spoke volumes. It's petty league stuff, but it highlights how past beefs linger and probably helps us understand the fact that Stewart's punch on Eubanks was from an unresolved encounter. Other players chimed in indirectly through related incidences. Take Bobby Portis from the Milwaukee Bucks. In a separate scuffle with Stewart earlier in the season, Portis commented on a controversial foul that led to Stewart's ejection. Although this foul wasn't linked to his issues with Eubanks, it ties into Stewart's pattern of physicality, and Portis' take suggests some players see him as crossing lines repeatedly. Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics also noted on playing against Stewart in a recent game. After some back-and-forth physicality, Brown said he expects to hear from the league about a throat-slash gesture he made in the heat of the moment. On Stewart specifically, he said, "Definitely some going back and forth, and we are not tolerating that this year from nobody." Brown's reaction underscores how Stewart's reputation precedes him. Opponents expect the worst from him and are on high alert. This isn't so great, and it shows how stars view Stewart. NBA stars have been the most vocal about Stewart's action, but they aren't the only ones that have spoken up. Former players like Jay Crowder have also weighed in on past Stewart incidences. During the Giannis dust-up, Crowder questioned the ejection, saying, "A stare down without words? That's soft." This reaction paints Stewart as a guy who brings the fire, but sometimes it burns too hot, and if he goes on like this, he might make lots of enemies. What does this mean for Stewart's career? At 23, he's got potential, but repeated incidents could label him as a liability, and this just might be the best time for him to change. You see, the NBA is pushing for a cleaner play, and Stewart's actions could get him in real trouble, one that could destroy his career. Stewart's 3-game ban was light compared to some, but it cost him around $200,000 in salary. Analysts say he needs to channel that aggression better, maybe through therapy or mentorship. Pistons fans are split. Some defend him as the heart of the team, others worry it'll derail their rebuild. Isaiah Stewart's arrest sparked a league-wide conversation on conduct, with reactions ranging from supportive to critical to unifying. It's a reminder that NBA's more than hoops. It's personalities clashing in high-stakes drama. What do you think? Should Stewart face harsher penalties, or is this just passion boiling over? Drop your takes in the comments. Like if you want more deep dives like this, and subscribe to see more videos like this.